sticks out the top of his skull, and he just kind of like just collapses. And you killed him! Yay!
Right.
It was a lot of fun
Experience.
killing that guy.
He was an asshole.
He actually wasn't as hard as I expected him to be for you guys, but you cut the vine right away was the thing. So
Yeah, that's a big part of the.
yeah,
I mean, we
When-
kind of knew we had to, but that's.
We've killed enough vines, and when you see a mofo attached to something that's pulsing, you cut the pulsing thing.
So he drops his big old giant axe, and you can claim that if you want to. And
Yep, it's mine.
I will have no use for that.
okay, and you'll have to spend a minimum of a short rest to
Attune to it.
well, not attune to it, but to learn its properties.
Okay.
But if you guys are taking a long rest,
Is
you'll
there
be
a
fine.
specific name for it or anything, so I know how to?
It's not like a named one. Well, actually, no, I guess I did give it a name. It's the Great Axe of Decay, and it's a Great Axe +2. You can know that much at least for now, and then I'll give you other specifics later.
That'll work much better than my Warhammer.
All right, and has it been long enough where we're actually needing to sleep, or are we alert during this long rest?
Well, during a long rest, it is assumed.
Generally, it's 8 hours. So
To gain from a long rest, it's an 8-hour period that at least 6 of which you are sleeping during, unless you're like one of the weird races from 4th edition that doesn't have to sleep. But you guys all have to. So, I mean that there's up to some variable. You definitely can't be doing anything intense for any of that 8 hours, and you definitely have to sleep for probably at least half of it to gain the benefits.
Okay.
I would assume most often it's assumed that in like a 5-person party, you take an 8-hour rest, and everyone's taking a shift of like of somewhere around 1.5 to 2 hours. Then everyone gets about 6 hours of sleep. So you guys, because there's only 3 of you, might be closer to 5 hours to gain that full benefit. But you could also assume that maybe you take a little bit longer for a long rest. I'm going to let you straight up know you've cleared out all of the vine. They actually are cultists. They're vine cultists at this point. You've cleared them all out. There are a couple of the rooms you haven't explored yet, but you don't need to worry about that right now. I think we'll call it quits for tonight because you finished the mini boss and you're pretty much set to go into the final thing in the keep.
Neato.
Took a little bit longer than I thought we were going to. I think we might be able to finish the whole thing tonight, but
Okay, are we setting up shifts then?
I'm assuming you guys are.
Yep.
And are you going to sleep in this room, or are you going to go to one of the other rooms you've previously explored that you've cleared out? Because even though you've killed all the cultists, there is still that big bundle of vines in the corner of this room. It might not be the best spot to take a nap.
Probably
not.
Yeah.
Should we go back to the guards' quarters where there's actually beds?
I was gonna say, let's go to a place
that
that
might
was
not be a terrible place.
protected by the elven wood and
All right.
had a magical aura in it.
So I'm gonna real fast. I'm just gonna say you quickly check out the other rooms on your way down because you would walk past them to get to the main staircase to go back down to the guards' quarters.
Great.
One of them's a library. One of them's a laboratory. Laboratory's got like some basic lab equipment type stuff. It's got a lot of like overgrown plants coming out of things, but nothing as big as and as violent as the vines, of course. Cade, you find your spell book you're wanting in the library. Doesn't do any good for you right now, but at least gives you an excuse that you reading the spell book helps you learn wizard stuff for when you're multi-class, so that's fine with me.
That's also unnoticed. The reason I wanted this is because I had stolen or I had broken into a mage's library before and tinkered with some stuff, so that's
I gotcha. So that's for your character background why you're interested in it. Yeah.
Yep.
In the laboratory, you find a journal full of lab notes. I'm not going to give you any specifics on that right now, but we could assume one of you kind of flips through that, and I'll kind of tell you what it said in it next time we get together.
All right, that would be between probably Cade and Ivan, right?
Well, it's whichever one of you wants to grab it. Any one of you could have.
grab it. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'll grab it.
Yeah, you can.
I'm this nice religious figure that doesn't really give a shit. So
But yeah, we'll let you get full long rest benefits down in the guards' quarters. And I don't work tomorrow. If you guys wanted to maybe get together tomorrow, we could play for an hour and a half, and probably finish up the keep.
Yeah, if we want to do it same time,
yeah,
like 8:30, play till
Yeah,
10,
like
8:30.
8:30, play for 1 to 2 hours, and then
Call it.
I'm sure we'll finish the keep up, and then we could switch to your campaign again for the next week. So
Yeah.
I'd like to get you guys finished up on this, because then you'll be able to have all this nice loot you've been finding and actually be able to gain the benefits from it, though. Oh, and if you decide which one of you had Rash and Reckless, because whoever has it can now take the time to attune it during the long rest. So.
At this point, I've still got them on my feet, so I might as well attune to them.
Same here.
And Ivan as well. Okay, so you guys can attune to Rash and Reckless, and I already told you the specifics. And you have the longsword, yeah.
Longsword.
It is, and you're gonna love this. It's a +3 singing longsword.
It's singing.
Do you know what singing longswords do?
No.
A singing weapon has a magical spell cast on it that when you activate it, it can attack on its own for 4 rounds. Floats in the air next to you and attacks stuff.
That's awesome.
It's a super awesome like bard or rogue weapon.
How often does this? Can I activate?
You can do it once per day. You can activate it, and then for 4 rounds, it'll sit next to you and attack as a +3 longsword. So that's its only bonus, though, is the +3 and then that. So if you use it as your main weapon and then you activate the singing ability, it leaps out of your hands and then you're weaponless. So, but you could have it. You being a halfling, a longsword's like a great sword to you. You could have it in a scabbard on your back. Use your rapier and then have it.
Just send the sword off your back to go do shit for you.
Exactly how I used it.
Yeah. So.
It is just going to be there for show, and then I'm just going to be able to. All right, I'm gonna have to come up with a kick-ass way to activate it.
And actually, just to whet your appetites, there is one more artifact that you're going to be finding in this keep.
Okay.
But I'm not
I
going to tell
did
you what.
not write down what the
But I'm
boots
not
did.
going to tell you what it is.
If you want, I can give you the specifics, or we can give them to you next time because it won't
Yeah.
matter until then.
We'll figure it out.
It's up to you guys.
We'll
I got
see.
it sitting here somewhere.
Yeah, we'll see it later.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you'll be able to use it next time. So yeah. So we'll get together. We'll plan for 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, sometime tomorrow.
Yeah, 8:30, 9 o'clock in between.
Okay, 8:30, 9 o'clock. We'll plan for that. It won't take long because now that I basically quick ran you through those other 2 rooms, there's only the one big room left. And
because
If we can figure out how to get in there.
well, you did just find a giant axe of decay
We did just find a giant axe of decay.
that I may have placed in the dungeon Zelda style.
Surprise! Da-da-da-da-da-da! Giant axe of decay.
Alrighty, guys.
You'll have to give me the specs of that again.
When we get a long rest, do we use our hit dice to heal? Is that what it is?
No, long
No,
rest
in a
is
long
your
rest,
full.
you just heal.
Unless you've got like permanent injuries, which I don't usually play with, but like severely broken bones or trauma and stuff like that, you don't. But
Except for
Like
me
an
and my
arm cut off.
necrotic constitution damage.
that actually I think because
The axe of
not-
decay
it's
isn't
not-
permanent.
it's not permanent the way some things are. Let me check what I wrote down. Long rest or restoration spell recovers. So a long rest will get your constitution back.
Yeah, so if I literally would have healed you at any point in time, you would have.
Well, no, it has to be a lesser or greater restoration spell. Just a normal healing spell won't do it.
Oh, okay.
So it would have to be but because there's some things like the brains that eat your intelligence, those creatures.
Yeah.
Those ones, only a greater restoration spell can recover that. This one is just a sort of a minor kind of thing that it does. So a long rest lets your body kind of flush the toxins or whatever, and then a lesser restoration spell can cure it. Cure disease things would probably work as well, even though it's technically not a disease, but just basic healing spells won't.
That makes sense.
Now, I guess if you had some really powerful healing spell that didn't specifically say restoration, I would maybe allow it because it's just a minor additional thing that it does, but you would have to expend a lot of charges of that to be able to actually cause it to be super debilitating to a person. So
I just realized something.
what?
I'm playing a rogue, and the idea I came up with to add wizard in there is that I broke into a wizard library. I'm ripping off the Dungeons and Dragons movie from the 90s.
I've never seen it, so I couldn't say.
Oh, if you want to watch one of the worst things that has ever been made, and one of the
I've already seen Plan 9 from Outer Space. Thank you.
yeah, it's as over the top, except it has. Oh, don't even watch it. Just watch the Nostalgia Critic make fun of it. It is half an hour. It is fantastic.
Wow,
But on that
Long one.
note, I'm going
I thought I was.
to call it and either go to bed. Yeah, probably go to bed. I'll play Resident Evil tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Resident Evil
Yeah,
7.
well,
If you like the old Resident Evil games but want an updated version,
Yeah,
I've never
if you
played them.
like Resident Evils 1 through 4, you'll enjoy 7
it's
much
so
more
good.
than you enjoyed
I've
5.
never played them, but I have a feeling I'm going to be forced to play through all of them. pretty
Yes,
soon,
you will.
So. Because Nick,
I'm
one of
gonna-
the
I'm gonna force him to
the
play.
deal I made with Nick for the channel is that he gets to make me play scary games as long as I get to make him play like RTS games and stuff like that he doesn't like. So, which admittedly for him it's just something that he gets annoyed by. For me, it's something that legitimately scares the crap out of me.
If
I
you
get the
guys-
worst end of the
Cameron,
deal.
I will be nice. I'll let you play with the lights on.
But
No.
it's gonna
No.
be good. It's gonna be good for comedic effect on the channel. I think.
Oh, it'll be
so.
it'll be so funny. It'll be
I don't
great.
think I'll get as scared as we think I will. I think I'll actually.
No,
probably
I know, but
together.
still, like with
But-
the miracle and magic of editing, I get to make it seem like
Well,
you're scared
exactly.
shitless.
And I definitely might have a good. I'm definitely gonna. I definitely react to jump scares, even if it doesn't permanently scare me. I'll definitely probably react to jump scares. So.
You guys ever need a guest star? Let me know.
Oh, trust me, yeah. Well, we plan.
Oh, completely.
plan on doing
We will
tabletop
totally
stuff
have
eventually,
a-
too. So.
Yeah. No, and I've been talking to Tori while we've been playing D&D.
Yeah, she said you're drunk.
I'm very drunk. To be completely honest with you, I'm literally on my last like 2 sips of like my second bottle of wine. So
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, you see that's why I'm pretty sure that it was the vertigo that did it because I didn't feel drunk at all.
yeah, I'm imagining now that I know that you had vertigo, I'm sure that was a lot of the problem.
Alrighty. Well, I am going to log off, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right, nights, gents.
Adios.
Later.
Later.